Welcome back to another episode of Look What Just Found. This is episode 776. And obviously, something looks a little bit off about this roll. This is how I actually got the roll. This is how it came from the bank, just as you're seeing it here. And I've never, anyway, none of the rolls I searched through. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, they stopped making pennies quite some time ago. And so that's really, I don't even know if it's a, wow, look at all of this copper. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot of copper. I'm thinking it's over 50%. I think we got about 30 copper pennies here. And if these shiny ones are copper, it could be an all copper penny roll. Oh, there's another one in here. You always got to check if it feels a little heavy. More? No, I don't think so. No. So, all right, now first one's a zinc, of course. So not in an all copper penny roll. So yesterday I go to the bank. Too bad it's messed up. It looked like it might have a die clash. I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway. It's too weak and it's too dirty. All right. Is this our first copper penny? Maybe not. Maybe not. No, 92. Is it a close AM? No, it is not. All right. We're batting 1,000. Meaning we're batting 0. And even the next one's not copper. Also not a wide AM. So we got, all right, talking about striking out. I said it might be an all copper penny roll, and there's no copper pennies in the beginning. Not for nothing, but it always amazes me how the bottom of the penny roll tends to be more heavy with copper than the top of the penny roll. Is this our first copper penny? Maybe. No. Wow. Wow, from all copper to no copper. That's some magic trick. Let me tell you something. That is some magic trick. So much for 30 copper pennies. Look at this. Are they just all dirty? Are they just all dirty? No, nah, man. Nah, 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 nah. Nah. Look at this. Don't tell me I'm hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Falling apart here. Oh. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. If there's 0 copper in here, this is gonna be a pretty quick video. And that's just to show you how you can be tricked by the sides of the coins. I mean, not for nothing, we don't even have a shiny zinc. Forget about all copper. So I'm not even gonna get into my story until I see a copper penny or something interesting. Wow. No white AM. So is this a cherry picked? So I wonder if this means it's a cherry picked roll. Wow. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna go straight. No, I'm not gonna go straight. I'm gonna go through it penny at a time. I was gonna skip ahead. I was gonna skip ahead. I don't. Wow. Talk about a trickster. Well, you know what I'm going to do? Unless the end really, really unless the end is really awesome, I will pull out another penny roll, because this is obviously a search through penny roll. So just for all of you out there who don't follow the channel that closely, or who are new members, or if you find this little copper in a penny roll, it's a search through penny roll. Somebody had it, 98, no idea. But I have to be honest with you. I really, really thought these were copper pennies. And there is not one penny on my board. Not one. Nothing. There's not one single penny for anything. For anything in my this is got to be, and we're gonna go through all of them just to complete my embarrassment, and to and for me to do my job thoroughly. This is probably the nicest looking penny out of the whole roll, and it's not even that shiny on the edge. It's just kind of shiny. Even this one, I don't even know if I'd keep it for the shiny penny roll. It kind of makes it. Yeah, we'll see. I'll put it to the side. But it just amazes me how much like copper these pennies look. I mean, you're telling me that's not a wow. So like I said, looks like we're going. I'll do a second penny roll hunt. Wow. Okay, I got tricked. I got tricked. I got tricked. All right, no big deal. No big deal. I went through it kind of fast. Not one. I don't know how I went from this is almost all copper pennies to there's not one single copper penny. He caught me. All right, congratulations. 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 98. No idea. All right. All right. All right. Let's just go straight on to the next one. Make sure it's not one of those okay rolls. Wow. Maybe, you know what? Maybe my I don't even want to start making excuses. All right. But let me clean my glasses. All right. Now this one, I don't even want to make, but those are copper pennies. And look how the nice difference between the copper, and look at these are the old ones. Okay. All right. It happens. So get over it. Now I could have just stopped the video and did a new video, and I did not do that for the integrity of the show. 2017p, and you notice we're finding coins that the first two coins are better than the whole penny roll. Another 2017p, and these are nice too. And that is really number one. That's never happened to me before in over 2 years of penny roll hunting. Cup penny number 2. That's never happened to me before. Yeah, I've been off by. I said, "Oh, look how much copper is in here," and there was 4 or 5. Look how weak that D is. That's what she's doing. So, a lot of similar coins. Is that our? That's our third 68D. Oh no, that was a 64. So we have two 68Ds though, right? Yeah. Okay, that's odd. And we have two 64Ds now. Okay, that's odd too. And we have a 64P. Hey, a 60D. Yeah. So again, this is the other side of the extreme. So this penny roll is also search through, except it's the opposite. They're putting their good coins in here. It has a ghost roof, but it's really damaged. It's really not good looking. I have a graded one, believe it or not, but it doesn't say floating roof, but it is graded and it has the floating roof, even though it doesn't say it. That's nice. See, let's look at the one we got from the other. The only one I kept from the other roll is this one, and you could tell there. And one's way nicer than the other. I mean, they could probably go in the same roll, but that one's just about squeaks by. 72 Denver. Look at the top, over polishing. Look at the U. It's not that good of a condition though, coin. So you got to take the good with the bad, you know. And penny roll hunting is just a very, very. So we have the 60. Okay, 72, 63. Okay, it's a very, very small microcosm of. Oh, we got a 59. I keep 59s in their own tube. Another 72. Oh, the other one was a D. It don't matter. Put them together. Okay, so now I will tell the story. So I went to the bank. I'll finish the story. I got so sidetracked by the fact there was zero copper in a penny roll that I thought was all copper that it messed me up. So I went to the bank that I've been getting my boxes of pennies from for the past like several months. And I told you if you're following the channel and you're watching all the long form videos, then you know that. And I've done some shorts saying, "Oh, look, I got another box of pennies." And I've probably got about 6 boxes of pennies in the past 3 months, like one, maybe 4 months, 1 or 2 every couple months. And today and yesterday, when I went, the lady told me, I can't. This is it. No more. Don't ask for pennies anymore. She literally told me that, and she said, "This is for our businesses." And I said, "I have a business account." She goes, "Yeah, I know." Basically, she said, "Not your business, but everyone," because she knows I'm not one of her local businesses, like on her street that she's dealing with. She knows that I just came around for the past. She might have even looked my business up and been like, "Okay, oh, 59 Denver, put that with the other 59," and been like, "Yeah, this guy has his business isn't like that serious of a business," whatever the case may be. Or she might have even have been told by the other. There's like a supervisor around, and he looks he looks kind of like an a-hole, to be honest with you, and it would not surprise me if he told her, "Listen, don't do that anymore." And she said, "Okay, this is the last time." So So I've been getting a lot of comments from people saying, "No, I can't get pennies anymore." And yeah, well, neither can I. Well, I mean, I have my other bank accounts I can go to. I probably won't even go there anymore because it does. Honestly, what happened is I got, there's a bunch of the branch of my bank around where I live, a bunch of them. Some of them are 25 minutes, a half hour away. Which round trip is now it's an hour, right, for me to go to them. And so this was the closest one. So it was kind of cool that I can go there and do my personal banking. 98, no white AM. I can go to the closest one and then get some pennies at the same time. And we got a 1960, and we had a 60D, right? Yep, we got a 60 and a 60D. Nice. And a 68. I'm pretty sure we have another 68 around. So it was cool, you know what I mean? And she just basically totally destroyed that whole thing that was going on. So no more. So guess what? I'm basically never going back there again. Unless it's to just save time. You know what I mean? Then yeah, I'll go there. But if I, I mean, I work from home, so for me to drive an extra 10, 15 minutes is not a big deal. And there's one there. Yeah, it's the other one, and the other one there's another one of my banks right across the street from it that they were giving me pennies at one time. So I'm gonna start hitting the other one and just say, "Oh, can I get pennies?" Yeah, and I might be able to squeeze one more box out of them and one more box, maybe. If I'm lucky, I'll squeeze another box out of them. But I did get a box of pennies, and I'm happy about that. 61. This is a bronze cent. So remember, I only do a penny. I mean, today I did 2 penny rolls. One of them was a skunk, and we usually only do 1 penny roll per day. So a box of pennies is that's 50 days. It's a over a month and a half of content, but I did pay $75 a box for a bunch of penny rolls, and I wasn't too thrilled about that. I kind of got suckered in. Look how beautiful this is. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You're talking about MS 66, 67, brand new coin, man. Wow. That's nice. And I kind of got sucked into the hype, and I got a little nervous. It's not a close AM, but has some cool damage on it. I won't keep it. I got sucked into the hype, and I ended up buying because I felt like I was a little short. Like I really wanted to have 10 years of penny rolls to hunt. 63. Do we have another 63 here? We have a 63 Denver. What are these? 67 and 61. Yeah, this is a penny roll hunter also, and they sent their shinies and their copper. It's only copper and shinies basically, which is so cool. Here's another 60. I have no idea if they're small or large dates. I never really learned how to do it on the fly. And we got a bunch of 2006s and 2007s. So this is almost going to fill up. And he probably hunted through these. I know the 2007. Wow. Look at his beard. I'm going to have to take a picture of this. This is probably going to be the one for the channel. It is so. Gonna take it? Okay. What a strike, huh? 67, another 67. And at some point there won't be any more pennies anywhere, and then it really won't matter. But between now and then, I'm just hustling it out, man. That's my nature, Um, I remember when I had about 15 properties, and I would spend all month running around trying to get my money from people because it was in a pretty bad area. And we even got an 82. And I just my whole life I've been hustling, and it's so funny that even now when it comes to pennies, I'm still hustling like I was when I was younger. I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little sick of it, to be honest. I've been doing it my whole friggin' life. I'm a little tired of it, to be honest with you. And I'll probably be happy when they actually say there's no more pennies anywhere, because I just can't help it. I'll be honest with you, I can't help it. If I know that they're out there, and I know that they're giving it to somebody else, my listen, I'll let you in on a little bit of the way my brain works. My brain works like this, and I don't know if you identify with this or not. And this is probably something I would say for a members only video, like something personal. But I don't believe anybody's better than me. You know what I mean? If I want to go out there and do something, I'm going to do it. And I don't believe anything can stop me. That's my mind. I went, even though I basically couldn't read. I graduated high school with a failing grade. They just pushed me through. And when I got to college, I was on academic probation. I couldn't read and write. I barely passed the entrance exam. I'm talking about by exactly what I need. Like the Lord blessed me with the exact. You needed to have. You got a half a point for each exam, and there were four exams, and you needed to get the two points total for the four exams. And there was I don't. It's so they had such a weird way of doing it, and it was a whole crazy thing. Anyway, I made it in. I mean, there was like one. You got like a whole point per exam, but you needed to have like half of a point to make it into college. You need to have 2 points total, and I had 2 points total, and I just made it in. So like I got half the questions wrong or something like that. Anyway, and then after I passed them, which they let you take the entrance exams while you were in. So I was taking classes while because they were matriculated. They weren't matriculated. Excuse me. They were non-matriculated, but they were credits. They counted towards your credits. I have to forget how it works. Like it didn't count towards your GPA. Those classes, but they counted as I think they were like a 1 credit a piece or half a credit, whatever they were. So I was full time. I had like whatever it was classes plus those classes. So basically, if you failed, you lost the semester. You'd have to pay the money. It would have been a whole disaster for me at the age of in my early 20s. But I made it through it, and I passed my undergraduate in psychology with a 3.2, something like a 3.2 something. And then I got into one master's program, and I got a 3.8 something in my master's program, and I became a social worker, and I passed my licensing exam. By my whole story of my life is I did whatever I set my mind onto, but I barely did it. And then I passed my licensing exam by 1 point, and it was crazy, man. My whole life has been like that, just absolutely insane, and not normal. In my opinion, not normal. And the same thing goes with the pennies. It's like you're going to give someone else pennies, but you're not going to give me. All right. Well, she basically told me I'm not giving you any more pennies. So that's what she had to tell me. She knew I was going to keep coming back. She had to tell me I'm not giving you any more pennies. She knows she said this guy is going to just keep coming back, and I won't come back no more. She got rid of me. But guess what? I'm going to the next bank now, and that's it, man. No one's going to stop me from getting them. I will keep going. I mean, not for nothing. I would in my younger days, I would have kept going back to that bank, and I would have. I told my wife this the other day. I said she's lucky I'm an older dude who's chilled out in his ways. I said if not, I would have called the bank manager, and I'd be like, "What does she mean? She's not giving me pennies? Who's she giving them to? I forget it. I would have went. I mean, I would have made a big deal. But now you know what? I don't even want the stress anymore, man. Screw you and your pennies, basically. But the other branches didn't tell me don't come back anymore. So, I'm gonna go to them. That's the bottom line. I'm gonna go to them. I'm gonna go to the other branches because they didn't tell me to pound dirt, and I'm just looking for. I want to keep all these skills. So anyway, I told you a little bit something about myself, and I know no one asked and no one cares. But if you're watching the channel and you're like, hey, who is this guy? Well, now you know a little bit something about me. And I don't mind that. I don't mind sharing stuff about myself. You know what I mean? I'm a private guy, but it's who I am. That's the bottom line. It's who I am. You know, if I put my mind towards something, um, I believe I can achieve anything. And the truth of the matter is, we're not talking about we're not talking rocket science here. You know what I mean? We're talking about going out and getting some pennies, and that's about it. I'm putting the pennies in chronological order. And here's our last call. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I didn't bore you too much with my personal story. I'm sorry about getting the pennies wrong. Nice red cent, right? No errors. That both these penny rolls were searched, and it is what it is. And all the pennies we got here are from this roll, and all those pennies are from the previous roll. Zincs. Look at those. Even these are nicer. Look how beautiful they are. There's only one penny in there from the previous roll, and everything else, right? 72 all the way down to I thought 61 was here somewhere. Maybe I mixed it up a little. Oh no, there goes the 61. And then we even got 59 and 60, and we got one. Which what's this one for? Oh, we even got an 82 Denver, large date Philadelphia. All right. Don't forget. Don't forget. In your darkest times, he's there for you. He's there for you in all your times, but for some reason, the way I'm built anyway. We only ask for his help when we need it, right? And really it should be part of our life and our spiritual health and our spiritual life to thank him for everything we have and for our and for dying on the cross for us so we can go into heaven. God bless. Please click like and subscribe.